Hey, this is OXDF, and today we're doing Advent of Code 2023, Day 9, Mirage Maintenance? All right, we'll go with that. Um, the first time I read the title, apparently, when I sang it to the camera. Let's see. So the challenge is we're going to get a series of lines, and each line is a pattern. And you can, like, as a human, you can kind of pick these patterns out very quickly, right? Like this one goes 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, so it's increasing by 3. This one goes 1, 3, 6, so it's increasing by 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Let's see, this one increases by 3, then 5, um, then 9. This one's actually a little trickier to figure out. Anyway, they do us a nice step and they tell us how to figure out the pattern. And so basically you take the difference of all the values, right? You get a bunch of 3s here. Then when you subtract the total 3s, you get 0s. And once you get all 0s on the bottom, then you know you've reached a state that you can then calculate back up. So they add a 0 to the end. Then you can add this 0 to this 3 to feel like this is going to be a 3 as well. You can add this 3 to this 15 to get 18. That worked. So that was our simple case. We knew that one. That was like intuitive anyway. The more complicated case here is the one that goes 3, 3, 5, 9, 15. Okay, well, if we subtract again, now we get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Then we get a bunch of 2s. Then we get down to 0. And then we can fill in an extra 0, an extra 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. 15 plus 8 is 23. 45 plus 23 is 68. So then we just sum those values together across all the lines. I don't think this is gonna be very hard. Let's give it a try. I've got my GenDay script here to do day 9, and it's going to pull close to 8. The input here as well as give me a stub to work with. I'm also going to grab this in case we need to do some debugging. ex.txt, paste that in. And so, all right, what are we going to do? Oh, I guess first we should check out the input. I don't think there's anything too surprising here, except we can tell the numbers get huge, right? So we're going to, we're going to have, you would not want to do this by hand or by eye. But anyway, I mean, it's worth checking out. Let's go give it a go. So what are we going to do? We can make a function called like def get next that takes a sequence. And then we're going to do this recursively. So if the sequence is all zeros, which we saw in the example, when we get all zeros, the next value is going to be 0 in that sequence. So we'll return that. So if all x equals 0 for x in return 0. So that'll be our base case. And basically the all function just says, here to take this list, or in this case a generator, they're all going to be a series of Boolean values. If they're all true, then this whole thing resolves as true. Okay, so if it's not all true, we need to get the difference. And what I'm going to do here is, we've used zip before many times to like take two lists and pair them together. And if the two lists are not the same length, it just takes the shorter length and then throws away the longer, the end of the longer one. So we can actually use this to say, we're going to zip seek with seek like that. Like so from 1 to the end. So this will take the first value of seek and the second value of seek, then the second and the third and the fourth, and the last value of this one will just get thrown away, but that's okay because it's here. Hopefully that makes some sense. And so then I can make a list comprehension where I say x1 comma x2 for x1 comma x2 in. And so basically we're going to loop over the two values we get. And then here, I always type this out because that's just like how I think about it. But now we're going to actually do x2 minus x1. And that'll be our diffs equals that. And then all we need to do is return the next value in the list. So we need to figure out what the next value is going to be, the next value of the diffs, because we know it's not all zeros yet, and then add it to the last value. So we're going to do return seek of -1 plus get next diffs. So what do we just do here? When we want to get the next value here, we're going to return this value plus the new value, the next value of the diff. And so then we calculate, we're just going to recursively calculate that down. And I think that should be it. So let's figure out. So now to do part 1, what are we going to do? We're going to do L for line in lines. I think we can probably do this in one line. What are we going to do with L? We're going to, make this L for L in lines. we're gonna split this to get, because all we have is ints, right? So we're just gonna split this to get a bunch of values, and then we will map int onto it. Okay, and then I think we need to make this a list. Do that. And then we need to take that list and pass it into get next, get the next value from each item. And then we just need to take this whole thing and sum it. All right, let's give it a try. Python 9 example 114. Let's see. So is that right? Where am I supposed to be going with this? No, the value started. Oh yeah, 114. Okay, so we got it right. For some reason I was not remembering that being the right answer. Let's try it here. Copy this. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go read part 2. Okay, so in part 2, they want us, instead of calculating the next value over here, they want us to calculate the prior value. I think we can just flip the order of the list. I'm gonna say that confidently. I think we can just flip the order of the list. Let's give that a try. Literally, I think we need to take this, put this here, and then -1 like that. Run it with our example 2. Is that right? Maybe let's produce 2. Input 10,005. See if that works. It did. Nice. Yeah. So that was part 2. And basically what we did, we take advantage of the fact that, let's go back here. Basically, if you want, before our thing took this pattern and figure out the next one here. Well, if we just switch the order of the list, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3, we're just going to get the next value going the other way. So that gives us the same value. So much easier than some of the problems we've had over the last few days. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.